Hello, my name is Brant Campbell. I'm a full stack engineer with Talent Path in Atlanta, Georgia, and today I'm going to be walking you through a retail project my team's been working on. As you can see, it's a standard retail project. This is the item detail description page. So we've got the item, a little description about it, and all of these different components that we each took part in. So my component that I did was the customer questions and answers section right here. As you can see, depending on the item, it has questions, and each question has answers. If we go to a different item, that will populate with different questions and answers. And if we go to another item, same thing. So this was a very fun project to work on. I've definitely learned a lot. You can see we got the votes here as well, go up and down. Got the search bar, it says when you're searching for stuff. And yeah, it was a very interesting project. I'll go ahead and show you a little bit of the actual code. On the client side, we've got the QA component. The component as a whole is just for all the customers' questions and answers. And that takes the item ID and it passes it down to the child component, which is the QA item. And when we go into there, what it's going to do is it's going to take that ID and perform this function, sort questions, which if you look up here, it takes all of the questions and filters them by the item ID, creates that into this filter questions array, and then we map through that array where each question is populated. And we've got our little votes section here. That's literally just the up and down arrows and the actual number. Then we have the question. And then for the answers, we do the same thing where we have the sort answers function where it takes the question ID and does the same thing we did with the questions where it sorts through and maps all of those. So that's it on the front end. We also have the little search bar. Pretty basic stuff. And then, of course, we got the CSS file for all of that styling. So for the server side, we've got two sections here. We've got the Q and the A, which is really just the questions and the answers. Both of those have the basic getters and setters for our database, for the question ID, question item ID, and then the resource that actually selects all of the questions from the repository and the repository itself. We have the same thing for the answers, getters and setters, repository, and resource, which connects to the server, the client side, by using a specific mapping, and then we collect all of the answers, all of the questions, and deal with that on the front end. I realized I could have done this on the server side, but just getting all the information to the front end at first was hard enough. So I think later on I will tweak this more, but as of right now, this is how it goes. Just with the constraints that we had, it seemed like the best option. Also have our databases, one for questions where we have the question and item ID, and one for answers where we have the answer and the question ID, and the seed data for both of those. And then the service is on the client side, where we are actually able to access the server side and get all of those questions and answers. And there you have it. That is my component for this retail project. It was quite a learning experience, but I feel like overall it was a good experience. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a wonderful day.